You're not broke because of your paycheck. You're broke because of how you think about money. You don't need more hustle. You need a better relationship with money. Let that sink in. Some people earn 6 figures and still live in fear. Others earn less and feel completely free. What's the difference? It's not about how much you have. It's about how you feel about what you have. Welcome to the passive path. If you're ready to transform your money mindset, like this video. Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Now let's talk about why money feels so heavy. Your nervous system remembers, even if you try to ignore it. If your stomach drops every time you swipe your card. Money should be a tool, but for most people it's a burden. It brings pressure, it brings guilt, it brings shame. And those emotions stay hidden. You push them down, you try to earn your way out. But here's the truth. You can't escape scarcity by avoiding it. Let's ask some real questions. How do you feel when you check your bank account? How do you feel when you pay a bill? Do you avoid looking at your balance until the last second? That's not just poor budgeting. That's emotional trauma around money, and it's more common than you think. People feel like they're failing just by surviving. They're scared to look, scared to talk about it, scared to ask for help. That fear becomes your normal, and then you build your financial decisions on top of it. This is why budgeting doesn't fix your stress. It's why getting a raise doesn't stop your anxiety. It's why saving money can still leave you feeling unsafe. Because money doesn't feel safe. And when money doesn't feel safe, you either cling to it obsessively, or you push it away out of fear. You overspend to feel powerful, or you hoard to feel in control. Neither one is freedom. That's emotional debt. So, what's the first step to healing it? That's emotional debt. So what's the first step to healing it? Awareness. You have to stop and notice what's actually going on. Here's an exercise. Next time you open your wallet, pause. Ask yourself, am I breathing deeply or shallow? Do I feel calm or anxious? Is there tension in my chest or my gut? These little cues matter. They tell the story underneath your numbers. You don't need to judge it. You just need to notice it. Once you're aware, you can change it, but not before. Let's keep going. Because the story you're living today about money often started long before you earned your first paycheck. In the next section, we'll uncover the origin story behind your financial beliefs. Section 2. Your money origin story. You weren't born afraid of money. That fear was taught. It started early. Before your first paycheck. Before your first budget. Before you even knew what money was. Most of your current beliefs, they come from childhood, not from books, not from podcasts, not even from personal experience, but from the people who raised you. Think back. What did you hear about money growing up? Was it, we don't have enough? That's too expensive. Money doesn't grow on trees. Rich people are greedy. Or even worse, we're just not like them. Every one of those phrases sticks. You may have forgotten them, but your nervous system hasn't. Here's what happens. You grow up hearing money is scarce, and you carry that belief into adulthood. Now you're earning, you're spending, but underneath all of that, you're still that kid who thinks money is dangerous, hard, or shameful. Let me ask you, did your parents argue about money? Did they avoid the topic entirely? Were you told how much things cost? Were you made to feel guilty when they spent on you? This is your money origin story. It's not just about trauma. It's about environment. Some people were taught to budget. Others were taught to survive. Some were encouraged to invest. Others were told not to dream. And unless you examine that story, you will continue to live it. Here's a simple exercise. Take 5 minutes. Write down every money phrase you remember hearing as a child, no matter how small. Now ask, are those beliefs serving me now, or are they keeping me stuck? Because here's the truth. Money doesn't just show up based on your skill. It shows up based on your alignment. If your beliefs reject wealth, your behaviors will push it away. This happened to me. I used to feel like I was always behind. Other kids had video games. I didn't. They had name-brand clothes. I wore hand-me-downs. No one told me directly that I was less than. But that's how I felt, and those feelings formed my financial identity. So when I got money later in life, I didn't know how to hold it. I felt unworthy. I was insecure. I either spent recklessly or saved in fear. That's what happens when your story runs the show, and it happens to more people than you think. Even when people earn 6 or 7 figures, they still feel broke. Why? Because the money came, but the mindset stayed the same. You need to update the script. Because if your mind is playing an outdated version of your childhood, you'll never feel free, even if your bank account grows. Let's keep going. Because your story shapes your style. And in the next section, we'll talk about the 4 most common money personalities and how they quietly sabotage your financial life. Money isn't just a tool, it's a relationship. And like every relationship, it reflects how you show up. If you ignore it, it feels neglected. If you chase it with desperation, it pulls away. If you fear it, it becomes unpredictable. If you respect it, it sticks around. Here's a question to consider. If money walked into the room right now as a person, how would you treat it? Would you run away? Would you pretend not to see it? Would you ask it to stay, but never make eye contact? Would you gossip behind its back, saying things like money changes people or money is evil? And when you finally got close to it, would you use it quickly and then ghost it again? Most people don't realize this is how they treat money. Not physically, but energetically. They want it, but they don't respect it. They chase it, but they don't trust it. They earn it, but they feel guilty spending it. So here's the shift. Start treating money the way you treat a valuable guest. Welcome it. Thank it when it arrives. Appreciate what it allows you to do. And when it leaves, thank it again. That's respect. And respect builds stability. Some cultures even personify wealth. In India, wealth is honored through the goddess Lakshmi. People pick up coins from the ground and place them on their forehead, not because of the coin's value, but because of the principle, never disrespect the source of your blessings. What if you started doing the same? What if every time you got paid, you paused to say thank you? What if every time you paid a bill, you said, thank you for letting me afford this? It may sound small, but energy compounds. And money responds to how you relate to it. When you avoid looking at your balance, money notices. When you blame money for your stress, money notices. When you see it as a tool to serve others, grow yourself, and live peacefully, money notices. And here's something most people miss. It's possible to be rich and still feel broke. It's also possible to have little and feel deeply wealthy. How? It's about how money feels in your life, not how much you're holding at the moment. Here's an example. Someone could have $1 million in the bank, but still sit in the middle seat on the plane, sleep on couches, and stress about every purchase. That's not freedom. That's a prison with a padded floor. You want emotional freedom, not just financial numbers. You want to feel free as you earn, as you spend, and as you give. So if you want a healthier financial life, start with a healthier financial relationship. Talk to money, respect it, be honest with it. Ask yourself, do I treat money like something I love or something I fear? Next, we'll uncover the hidden habits that keep you stuck. Even if you earn more, even if you save more, even if you invest. Section 4. The Scarcity Trap. You might be saving money, paying your bills, even investing a little, but deep down, you still feel unsafe. That's the scarcity trap. You've done everything right, but you still feel like it's not enough. You save, but you're scared to spend. You earn, but you fear it'll disappear. You invest, but you can't relax. That's not financial freedom. That's just a more expensive version of fear. Scarcity isn't about numbers, it's about emotions. You grew up thinking money is hard to get and easy to lose. That belief didn't leave when your income increased. Now you save obsessively. You feel guilty spending on yourself. You avoid taking calculated risks. You hoard instead of investing. All of this looks responsible on the outside, but inside, it's still fear. Real freedom doesn't feel tight. It feels open. It feels calm. Most people think scarcity only happens when you're broke, but it can follow you all the way to wealth. You can have $500 in the bank and feel peace. You can have $5 million and still feel panic. Scarcity is not cured by income. It's cured by trust. Trust that money will flow. Trust that you can earn again. Trust that spending doesn't make you bad. Trust that generosity multiplies, not subtracts. That trust comes from awareness and then alignment. Here's how scarcity keeps you stuck. You think money will fix your fear, but you're afraid to look at your money. So you avoid your accounts, you avoid your statements, you avoid hard conversations. Avoidance creates ignorance, and ignorance creates more fear. To break the cycle, you need to look directly at your finances, even when it's uncomfortable, especially when it's uncomfortable. Open the app, review your spending, write down your recurring payments. Face it not with shame, but with curiosity. Don't ask, why am I so bad with money? Ask, what is this behavior trying to protect me from? Your scarcity patterns are defense mechanisms. They started when you had to survive, but they don't serve you anymore. Survival is not the goal. Stability is, abundance is, freedom is. And you can't build abundance on top of old fear. Start rewriting the script. Instead of, I'll never have enough, try what I have is growing. Instead of, I'm behind everyone else, try I'm learning at my own pace. Instead of, money always disappears, try I'm building lasting value. Language matters. Energy matters. Scarcity has a sound. It's quiet panic. It's tight decisions. It's fear pretending to be logic. Abundance has a sound. It's calm clarity. It's confident giving. It's spending aligned with your values. The scarcity trap doesn't end by having more. It ends by feeling different about what you already have. If you want more, prepare your nervous system to hold more, not just your bank account. Abundance is not excess. It's ease. And that's something you can feel, even before your next raise. Even before your debt is paid. Even before your business grows. Abundance starts internally and reflects outward. Let's go deeper. Now that you understand scarcity, it's time to rewire the beliefs that built it. Proceeding to the next part. Section 5. Rewiring your beliefs. Beliefs come before behavior. If your beliefs are rooted in fear, your habits will reflect fear. You can try budgeting apps, spreadsheets, investment strategies, but if you believe you're unworthy of money, you'll sabotage yourself, you'll undercharge, you'll overspend, you'll resist saving, you'll fear investing. So the work begins inside, not in your wallet, not in your tax returns, in your thoughts. Ask yourself, what do I really believe about money? Write it down. Be honest. Don't filter it. Here are some beliefs that keep people stuck. Rich people are selfish. Money always disappears. I'm not good with numbers. I'll never catch up. More money means more problems. Making money is hard. I don't deserve wealth. If I earn too much, people will hate me. Now ask, who gave me these beliefs? Was it your parents? Your school? Religious messaging? Pop culture? Then ask, are these beliefs true? Have they helped me? Are they still necessary? A belief is just a thought you've repeated for a long time, but you can choose new thoughts and repeat those too until they feel normal, until they feel safe. Here's a powerful replacement belief. Money is a tool for doing good. Another one. I can be generous, spiritual, and wealthy at the same time. Another. I am capable of learning how to manage money. One more. I can build wealth slowly and sustainably. Repeat these daily, out loud, in writing, while walking, while driving. Repetition matters because fear is automatic, but new beliefs must be installed intentionally. This is the rewire process. You don't need affirmations that feel fake. You need statements that feel possible. Stretch your belief, don't break it. If you don't believe I am a millionaire, say I am building the habits of someone who becomes a millionaire. If you don't believe money flows to me easily, say I am learning how to receive money with less resistance. Every belief has a behavior attached to it. So when you shift the belief, the behavior follows. Believe you're capable. You'll take more action. Believe you're safe. You'll stop hoarding. Believe money is good. You'll stop pushing it away. Your external life will always mirror your internal beliefs. And if you want a new financial reality, you need a new internal script. The good news, you're the one who gets to write it now. You are not your past. You are not your parents' fear. You are not your credit score. You are not your bank balance. You are the author, and today is a blank page. Let's keep going. Now that you're rewriting your inner story, it's time to shift your outer energy, because the energy you carry creates the income you attract. Section 6. Energy is currency. Money doesn't just follow effort. It follows energy. Some people work hard and stay broke, while others seem to attract opportunities without force. The difference is energy, not the mystical kind, but the practical kind. The energy you bring to a room, to a conversation, to a job, to a request, that's your real currency. When you feel scarce, you show up tight, nervous, closed off. You hesitate to ask. You downplay your value. You focus on what you lack. That repels opportunity. But when you shift your energy, everything begins to change. Curiosity creates connection. Passion creates attention. Gratitude creates alignment. Generosity creates trust. These qualities are magnetic. They build relationships, open doors, and multiply wealth. Think about someone who made you feel seen, even in the 30-second interaction. Maybe it was a hostess, a waiter, a cashier, someone with no money but infinite value. Their presence made an impact. Some people get hired on the spot, not because of their resume, but because of their enthusiasm. Some people get promoted, not because of their degrees, but because of their attitude. You don't need credentials to carry energy. You need presence, kindness. You need effort. These are all free, and they pay better than you think. Show up with integrity. Offer help without asking for anything in return. Be the kind of person others want to support. That's how you create momentum, attract mentorship, build value before money shows up. And when the money comes, it will feel like a natural next step. Not a miracle, not luck, just alignment. Money likes clear direction, but it loves warm energy. If you've been stuck and nothing's working, don't just ask, what do I need to do? Ask, what energy am I carrying? You can't control how fast money shows up, but you can control how generously you show up today. Show up ready to serve. Show up with gratitude. Show up with courage. Energy is currency, and you already have it. Let's move to the next part, because once you've activated the energy inside, it's time to build the habits that turn that energy into real sustainable income streams. Every season of your life has a purpose. Even the hard ones, especially the hard ones. There are seasons for learning, seasons for earning, seasons for building, seasons for resting. But most people fight their season. They want the results of harvest while still in the middle of planting. They want financial freedom while they're just beginning to build skill. They want to do what they love without first doing what's necessary. That mindset keeps people stuck. When you're broke, your job is to build a foundation. That might mean doing work you don't love. That might mean using skills you didn't plan to monetize. That might mean saying yes to things just to gain stability. This is not failure. This is survival. This is strategy. You don't need to stay there, but you need to start somewhere. If you have a skill, use it. Even if it's not your dream, even if it's not glamorous. Editing videos, managing profiles, tutoring, delivering food, freelancing on the side. These aren't setbacks, they're stepping stones. The money you make during this season can fund the next one. Use it to buy time, use it to learn, use it to invest in tools, use it to invest in yourself. Think of every gig as fuel. Think of every paid hour as freedom tokens. You are trading today's discomfort for tomorrow's flexibility. This is how you move from pressure to power. Don't waste your survival season wishing it was different. Use it. Every top performer had one. The humble beginning, the quiet hustle, the skills they didn't love that helped them later succeed. You're not behind, you're just building. If you hate your current job, show up with energy anyway. It's not about the job, it's about how you show up for yourself. Someone is watching. Someone will notice. Opportunities multiply when your character stays consistent. And when the next season arrives, you'll be ready. Because you stayed grounded, you stayed generous, you stayed focused. Don't skip your season. Plant now, harvest later. Now let's keep going. Because once you've survived and stabilized, you can begin experimenting with abundance on a new level. Section 8. Experimenting with abundance. Abundance isn't just a mindset. It's a practice. You don't wait for it. You train yourself to feel it. Even when you're broke. Even when you're behind. Even when nothing's working. That's the experiment. Start by playing a simple game. Every morning, say out loud, "Money comes to me easily and freely." Say it like you mean it. Say it while brushing your teeth. Say it while tying your shoes. Say it when no one's watching. Then go out into the world and look for it, literally. Find a coin on the ground. Pick it up. Say thank you. It's not about the amount. it's about the awareness. That penny you ignore might be worth more than you think. That tiny opportunity might open a bigger door. One penny reminds you that money is around. One act of gratitude shifts your entire energy. Look for ways money is already serving you. Your phone bill lets you call loved ones. Your rent gives you a roof over your head. Your grocery receipt reflects your ability to eat. Say thank you. The more you appreciate what flows, the more you'll feel safe receiving. Try this. When you receive money, say thank you for coming to me. When you spend money, say thank you for letting me use you well. This rewires the fear. This trains your body to associate money with peace, not panic. And this opens you up to more. You can't manifest what you resent. You can't multiply what you ignore. You can't respect what you avoid. These tiny shifts matter because abundance is a skill and it gets stronger with practice. The people who attract opportunity aren't always the smartest. They're the most open. Open to giving, open to serving, open to trusting, open to being seen. Try this for a week. Say your money mantra daily. Notice what shows up. Log every unexpected blessing, every coin, every discount, every surprise check, every compliment. Every open door, all of it counts. All of it builds your receiving muscle. This is what it means to experiment with abundance, not by forcing, but by relaxing into possibility. You'll be shocked at what starts to change, not just in your wallet, but in your body, in your relationships, in your career. The more open you are, the more aligned opportunities become. And now that you've opened the door, let's explore how ancient wisdom has always taught this, even before modern finance existed. Moving to the next part, Section 9, Ancient Wisdom, Modern Wealth. Abundance isn't new, it's ancient. Long before bank accounts, people practiced wealth as energy, as rhythm, as alignment with nature and spirit. In many cultures, wealth was personified. It had form, it had meaning, it had rules for how to be treated. In India, wealth is embodied in the goddess Lakshmi. She represents prosperity, generosity, and grace. People don't just spend money, they honor it. They bow to coins, they whisper thanks to currency. Not because it's about the money, but because it's about the relationship. They treat every coin with respect. They don't step over it. They don't throw it away. They pick it up and acknowledge it. This isn't superstition. It's symbolism. It's intention. It tells the mind, this matters. I'm aware. I'm grateful. Imagine if you treated every dollar as sacred, not from fear, but from honor. That mindset shifts everything, because when you revere money, you handle it with care. You spend it consciously, you receive it humbly. Western culture teaches hustle, but ancient culture teaches harmony. Harmony with your resources, harmony with your emotions, harmony with your giving and receiving. It's not about worshiping money. It's about recognizing that your relationship with it reflects your relationship with yourself. Are you careless? Are you obsessive? Are you resentful? Are you peaceful? Your financial behavior reveals your internal patterns. So start a new ritual. Say thank you when money enters. Say thank you when money exits. Track your money, not just for math, but for mindfulness. Give your money direction. Don't just let it disappear. Assign it meaning. Assign it purpose. When you give to someone in need, don't just swipe. Say, may this gift multiply for them. May this return to me in peace. That's ancient wisdom, still valid today. Every culture has a version of this. Generosity breeds expansion. Respect breeds security. You don't need to believe in deities, but you do need to believe in energy, because what you bless, blesses you back. But you do need to believe in energy, because what you bless, blesses you back. Wealth is not just financial. It's spiritual, it's emotional, it's relational. When you show reverence, you receive stability. Let the old ways teach you new peace. And let your new mindset guide your new money path. Next, let's go deeper into one of the most powerful habits of abundance, the habit of giving. Section 10, the habit of giving. Giving isn't just generous, it's strategic. It's how you prove to yourself that you're not stuck and that you have something to offer, even when you feel empty. Giving activates abundance. Most people wait to give. They think, when I have more, I'll share. But the people who feel richest are often the ones who give the most, even when they have the least. Giving isn't about the amount, it's about the intention. You can give time, energy, presence, kindness, and yes, money. But it doesn't have to be a lot. The smallest act of giving shifts your identity from helpless to helpful. You stop focusing on what you lack and start focusing on what you can offer. This shift matters. It breaks the mental pattern of scarcity. If you only think about what's missing, you'll feel stuck. But if you ask, what can I give today? You unlock motion. Giving creates movement. Movement creates momentum. Momentum creates growth. Many wealthy people say their income increases most in the years they give the most. They give to causes, to teams, to communities, to strangers. They give before it's comfortable, not after. Because giving when it's easy doesn't stretch you. Giving when it's uncomfortable expands you. Your nervous system grows. Your trust in life deepens. And somehow, without logic, more tends to come back. The act of giving opens doors. It builds relationships. It signals trust to the universe. It tells your brain, there is enough. I am not empty. I am safe to share. You don't give to get, you give to grow. You don't give because you're rich. You become rich because you give. This includes small moments too. The warm smile, the handwritten note, the recommendation, the referral, the offer to help. Giving builds wealth in every form. Emotional wealth, relational wealth, spiritual wealth, and all of it flows back into financial wealth. Eventually, start today. Give one thing. Expect nothing. Feel the shift. Next, let's talk about the difference between looking rich and actually feeling rich, because one of them creates peace and the other creates pressure. Section 11. Peace over appearance. You can look rich and feel broke. You can drive the car, wear the watch, post the trip, and still wake up anxious because looking wealthy is not the same as feeling wealthy. We live in a time where wealth is performed. Not practiced. People show their success more than they build it. They buy symbols but not stability, and it's draining. Trying to keep up, trying to impress, trying to validate your worth through purchases leads to exhaustion, debt, and emptiness. You weren't meant to chase appearances. You were meant to build peace. Peace is when you check your account and feel calm, not panic. Peace is when you spend and feel aligned, not guilty. Peace is when you don't have to explain your lifestyle because you're not pretending. Peace is when you live beneath your means and feel full. True wealth is quiet. It doesn't need to be broadcast. It doesn't seek attention. It just works. When you prioritize peace, you start asking better questions. Instead of what will people think, ask, does this move me forward? Instead of will this impress them, ask, will this support me? Instead of can I afford the payment, ask, does this align with my freedom? That's the difference. Chasing appearance creates more pressure, while chasing peace creates real abundance. Imagine a life where you don't need to prove anything. You live in a home you love, drive a car you enjoy, work on projects that matter, give without fear, and rest without guilt. That life is possible, but only when you let go of the need to look successful and focus on being stable. This is why saving matters, boundaries matter, and saying no to things that don't serve you matters. Because every yes to false wealth is a no to peace. Protect your peace like it's your paycheck, because it is. When you build your life around internal freedom, you stop needing external validation. Let's keep going, because now we'll explore one of the most dangerous traps of all. Many individuals are attracted to the idea of quick money, envisioning rapid wealth without significant effort. This illusion often leads people to pursue unrealistic financial opportunities. Common quick money schemes include pyramid schemes, cryptocurrency scams, and high-risk investments. These often promise high returns in a short time, but typically result in financial loss. The desire for quick money is fueled by psychological factors such as greed, impatience, and the fear of missing out. These emotions cloud judgment and lead to poor financial decisions. Chasing quick money can lead to severe consequences, including debt, loss of savings, and emotional stress. It's essential to recognize these risks and approach financial growth responsibly. Sustainable wealth building involves consistent effort, smart investments, and patience. Focusing on long-term financial strategies ensures stability and reduces the allure of risky quick money schemes. Everyone wants to make money fast, but fast isn't always free. The faster it comes, the less you understand it, and what you don't understand, you can't sustain. Quick money creates false confidence. It makes you think you're smarter than you are until the market shifts and you're left exposed. People chase trends like crypto, dropshipping, and high-risk investments, not because they understand them, but because they want a shortcut. They hear stories of someone who turned $500 into $500,000 and think, that could be me. So they put in their savings, their rent, their emergency fund into something they barely researched. And when it crashes, they don't just lose money. They lose trust in themselves. They feel ashamed. They feel stupid. They feel stuck. But they weren't stupid. They were impatient. Patience builds real wealth. Speed builds stories that usually end in silence. The truth is, most people who make real money did it slowly and consistently over years. They learned, they failed, they tried again, they stayed in the game. There are no hacks, only habits. You want to make money faster? Start by mastering something valuable. Stack your skills, build your network, practice your craft, add real value. Then, over time, money starts to show up more often, more easily, more reliably. And you'll be ready because you understand it. You respected the process. You didn't just want easy, you made it sustainable. That's how you build wealth that lasts longer than a viral trend. And if you ever feel the pull of a shortcut, ask yourself, do I understand this? Do I trust the source? Am I emotionally prepared to lose this money? If the answer is no, pause. The speed at which you gain can become the speed at which you lose. Fast money creates fragile confidence, but steady money builds deep belief. You're not behind, you're just building right. Let's keep going because now it's time to talk about the best investment you'll ever make. And it's not in the market, it's in yourself. The safest investment with the highest return is you. Not stocks, not real estate, not crypto. You, your skills, your habits, your mindset, your character. Most people overlook this. They chase outside opportunities and ignore internal growth. But the truth is, you are your first business, and your results will never exceed your identity. If you believe you're not capable, you'll undercharge. If you believe you're not smart, you'll hesitate to learn. If you believe you're not worthy, you'll stay small. To grow your income, grow your self-concept, build courage, build confidence, build consistency. If you only have $1,000, invest in learning, invest in mentorship, invest in tools, invest in time. Take a class, hire a coach, read the right books, practice the right habits. You may not see instant results, but you'll feel the shift. You'll show up better, speak more clearly, sell more confidently, lead more powerfully, and that becomes income over time in ways you didn't expect. Here's what happens when you invest in yourself. You get courage. You try things you once avoided. You fail, but you learn faster. You speak up. You get noticed. You ask for more, and you receive more. That's not magic. That's alignment. You can't skip this part because everything else will eventually ask for a version of you that you haven't built yet. You want to be a millionaire? Become someone who can lead, decide, organize, hold tension, and still breathe deeply. That's a skill, and it can be learned. Every dollar you spend on growth multiplies, not just financially, but emotionally. You stop playing small. You stop doubting your worth. You stop shrinking from opportunity. You become someone who feels ready, not perfect, but prepared. This is the path to sustainable wealth. It's not sexy, but it's solid, and it's available right now. You don't need permission, just a decision. Because when you invest in yourself, you don't just change your future, you change your identity, is where everything connects. It's not just about what you know. It's about how you live. Final section coming next. Passive Path, Script Part 14, Section 14, Living a Rich Life. A rich life isn't measured by net worth. It's measured by how free you feel. It's not about luxury. It's about alignment. Do you wake up anxious or calm? Do you spend out of pressure or purpose? Do you give with fear or joy? Do you work just to survive or to serve? This is the real wealth. Peace in your body, clarity in your mind, integrity in your actions. You don't need millions to feel that. You just need to live in a way that honors you. You don't need a mansion. You need safety. You don't need a sports car. You need freedom of time. You don't need status. You need real relationships. That's the point of money. Not to flex, but to feel. To feel supported. To feel safe. To feel capable. To feel generous. That kind of wealth starts small. It grows with intention. It deepens with gratitude. And it sustains through generosity. If you want a rich life, heal your relationship with money. Heal your relationship with yourself. Heal your relationship with giving. Every time you do the internal work, your external life improves. When you stop chasing, you start attracting. When you stop clinging, you start receiving. So start where you are. Breathe, reflect, ask yourself, what kind of life do I want, and what do I need to let go of to build that life? More income won't fix fear, but more awareness will. More saving won't cure guilt, but more forgiveness will. This is your path, no one else's. It doesn't need to look impressive. It needs to feel real, real freedom, real peace, real abundance, and it begins today. Thank you for walking this path. This is the passive path, and this is what it truly means. To make money easy, to live with purpose, to build a rich life from the inside out. If you made it this far, you're not just interested in money. You're ready for transformation. Not just richer accounts, but a richer life. One built on peace, one built on clarity, one built on trust in yourself. We covered a lot, but it all comes down to this. You can change your story. You can build new habits. You can create freedom from exactly where you are. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to begin. If this video helped you, tap the like button, subscribe to The Passive Path, and turn on notifications. Drop a comment. Let us know what resonated most, what you are working on right now. What shift are you ready to make? And share this video with someone you care about. A friend, a partner, a family member, someone who's ready to feel free too. You're not alone on this journey. You've got people walking this path with you. So keep going, stay consistent, stay generous, and stay grounded. Wishing you growth, peace, and abundance in everything you do. Feel free to check out more videos on the channel. There's more guidance waiting for you. I'll see you in the next video.